wanna fuck me while I'm drunk. Got him grabbing on my buns, throwing hundreds, throwing ones. Ganking having when I'm done, taking all this nigga funds. Lay him on the bed, made him give me head. Ain't had to act, so you know I ain't big. Wanna beat it from the back, throwing hundreds, sending back. Told me all his bitches whack, got him sipping on the yak, popping new designer.
Alright, so hi guys, and I told y'all I was gonna record another one, so here is the other one. And I figured I might as well kind of tell y'all why I was really hiding from YouTube for so long, and like why I took a break. But I can't tell y'all why without telling y'all how I got this pair family members from hell. Okay, this story time is about my aunt from hell with her little sidekick, her daughter, and they both born and raised in hell. So yeah, y'all, I don't promote talking bad on family, but I'm gonna tell y'all why these people is not family, and why sometimes I just be wishing you could pick your family members. Like, you know, when you meet somebody and it's like, damn, I really wish you was my kinfolk and not these people that I really got that share the same bloodline with. But yeah, so basically my house had got flooded out when it was a little hurricane in September, and we wasn't there, so we couldn't really stop it. We just had to come back and clean up all the mess. But we didn't own the house, we was renting the house. But okay, so we was away. This is when I was in Florida. We was away. It was like a little family vacation. My aunt, the same aunt that I'm telling y'all that's from hell, and I was there with my other aunt. That's basically like my mom's twin sister. They're not really twins, but if I were to show y'all their pictures, they would be twins to y'all. I'm not gonna show them. They might as well just be twins. So we was there. It was my aunts, their husbands, me, my mom, and my little brother. My dad had to work, so he couldn't come with us. He never get to take time in. He never come with us. Boo, I'm throwing tomatoes. Boo, boo, tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes because he never come with us nowhere. And even if he do get the time off, it's just like he don't be one to go. And I see why now, because my mom's family is tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes. Like, so the whole time we there, we was at like a resort, and we're in Florida, Orlando. So the resort is all inclusive when it comes to like the pool and the water slides and the little water rides and stuff like that. That was all inclusive, but we still had to pay for food and stuff like that. So my family would cook, because like they didn't get like a regular room. They had like a little, it's not a house, because it was just like, but it was basically an apartment. It was, they got like a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's on the resort or whatever. And it had a stove, a balcony, a living room, the bathrooms, closets. It was basically an apartment, but it was like a hotel. You could tell it was a hotel though. It was just like a suite with a stove and a microwave and a fridge, like a big fridge or whatever. Y'all might know technical terms. I don't care. There for a week, and I was trying to enjoy myself for that week and just, you know, vibe out, because this is when around the time I had just got my dog. I was missing him. I didn't really spend time away from him like that at that time. So he was my boyfriend and he was watching him, so I was just kind of sad. So I was trying to enjoy myself, like, you know, have some fun. So like the first day we was really just at the pool. We was chilling. Like, we didn't really do much per se. Like, we went out to eat. We went for like little drives to Walmart to get groceries and stuff like that. But most of the time we were at the resort. And let me tell y'all about the groceries now. So my mommy, y'all know it's no shame in my game, we on food stamps. So they all on food stamps. We was all on food stamps. All my aunts, we all on it, because why not milk the government and give free food? Anyways, so yeah, my mom, the first night, they got there the day before I did. So the first night, my mom had went grocery shopping. She bought 2 cases of water, some milk. She bought a whole bunch of stuff. Like, she filled up the fridge, so that way, like, when they would go grocery shopping throughout, like, the week that we was there, it wouldn't really be much for them to buy besides, like, drinks and stuff like that. But they weren't even buying that. So, like, my aunt, the one from hell, she was on some, she was making a scene. She was just trying to be weird. Like, one time, let me give y'all a perfect example. So this is how it all started when I peeped the weirdness. My mom peeped her weirdness before I did, but I can't speak to that because I didn't peep it yet. So this is when I peeped it. We're all in the car, like the females, because you know, the men chill with each other. My little brother was with them. We all in the car, and we was going somewhere. we was trying to go back to the resort now, because we went to the, like, it was like, what you call those malls, like the outlet mall. We went to the outlet mall or whatever, and we was driving back. So she was just going the wrong way, and something told me to put the address in on my phone. And my aunt, she had the same idea. The other one, she had the same idea. She put the address in on her phone too, and we both told her, like, yo, you're going the wrong way or whatever. She was not trying to listen. She killed her dad. She right. She not listening to nobody. I showed her the phone. I'm like, this is the resort. And first of all, she's going the wrong direction. Like, she's just going further and further from the resort. So then she take my phone and she literally throws it on the floor. Like, she tried to play it off like she was passing it to her son, but she knew what she was doing. She dropped it on the floor. Then she gonna be like, oh, don't pay them no mind. Like, that's what she told her son, her little son. He's like 8, 9. Like, feel me? She tells him, oh, don't pay them no mind or whatever. Ignore that. I'm like, just pass me my phone. I said it just like that with the attitude and all. Just pass me my phone. So now her phone goes, you have arrived to your destination. And guess where we at? We now left the outlet mall to arrive in a Walmart parking lot. Like, so she just looked dumb. She felt dumb or whatever. So then she ended up driving back. She tried that front like she can't drive in the dark. Mind you, it was already dark when she started driving. But she tried the front like she can't drive in the dark when she realized she was wrong. And then tried to make it seem like she ain't know where she was going and she couldn't drive and she ain't know where the headlights was at. She was just pulling all types of semantics, yo. But yeah. So, yeah, she was just being weird the whole trip. Like, she was just saying funny stuff. So now the water situation, it was buying bottles of water and little juice boxes and stuff like that for the kids, because it was a lot of kids. It was 2 girls, my little cousin and my little brother, compared to just me, the only teenager there. So I'm letting them have the juice boxes and I'm just drinking straight water, because the adults is buying the little soda bottles, the personal soda bottles, to use as chaser for their liquor, because they not really drinking like juice and stuff. They just drinking liquor and soda. So I'm just drinking water. She telling them, oh, Kelsey keep drinking all the water. She keep drinking all the water, because what is there left to drink? I'm not about to drink liquor with y'all old farts. I'm not about to get drunk with y'all. Y'all bad vibes anyways. Why would I want to get drunk with y'all? Like, then she made a scene. Well, she didn't really make a scene, but like, she was just complaining to my aunt that, oh, my little brother kept eating cereal and milk, because y'all old people, my mom don't drink, so she's not a part of this, but they kept getting drunk. And you know, when people get drunk, they get hungry. They was getting drunk and they ate most of the food. So what me and my little brother would eat, my little brother's a vegetarian. I would say he's vegan, but like, he'll eat chicken from time to time. If it tastes good, he'll eat, like, he'll nibble on it. Like, you'll give him a leg and he'll probably take like 3 bites out that leg. Like, he don't eat meat. So like, whatever was left, it would be stuff that he don't eat. So what else is there for him to do besides eat cereal and milk? It's not to say we could just order food. Like, we not in the middle of nowhere at this resort. Like, I mean, yeah, we in Orlando, Florida, but it's the part of Orlando that we in, and it was just like, it was no food delivering. The nearest fast food restaurant was 30 minutes away driving, and it was just like, come on, feel me? What is he gonna eat? The restaurant downstairs closed at a certain time, and we don't know where the other restaurants is at to say we just about to walk around and find something that's open. No, he's gonna eat his cereal and milk, and what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Anyways, so we get back or whatever, we just like, I'm gonna just let that be. She was acting funny after that the whole trip. She kept trying to eavesdrop on me and my mom conversations to see if we was talking about her. But we don't care about you, so no. But you wanted us to talk about you, so here it is. Now I'm talking about you, and I'm gonna shine a light on everything. I might not have all the screenshots still, but I have enough for y'all to understand that my family is sick and tormented. And there's a reason why I had this little snotty, bratty attitude, because I'm just so tired of them. I had to deal with that my whole life. Like, they're overbearing, and it's just like, ugh. But yeah, so now we get back, right? And like I said, the little hurricane happened while we was away. So the day we get back is literally the day after the hurricane. So the day the hurricane is going on, my landlord, who lives upstairs, calls, and he tells my mom, like, oh, he was in his living room watching TV and he just heard a big bang. And when he went downstairs, it was the water flooding. It pushed the front door open and it was flooding in. And then he went down to the basement and it was flooding out the basement too. So basement is my room. So the whole house is just done for, basically. Like, when we get back, it's just to clean up and throw everything out. I had to throw out my mattress, my box spring, my printer, my big speaker. My little brother had to throw away his whole bed, like the whole bed frame, because he had like a velvety material bed frame, so he couldn't keep that because it got wet. He had to throw out the fridge, the stove, a couple TVs, because we had extra TVs laying around, like, because we bought new ones, still had the old ones just sitting there. And they was in, like, you know, the TV box. Not like the box that it came in, but a TV, actual TV box. Like the moving TV box and stuff like that. It was in that, wrapped in a blanket or whatever. But they still got wet. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that got destroyed. We had to throw away so much clothes. Everything just had to go. Like, I have videos of everything, so y'all can see what we was literally going through. And it's not even like it was rainwater. My landlord lied. And the thing is, my family knew he was lying. It was partially rainwater, I would say. The house flooded out because of the rainwater, but when it came to the downstairs part by my room, it was flooded out because he never wanted to fix the sewer. So it's flooding up upstairs, and it's not draining out the way it's supposed to, so it's getting backed up and it's coming right back. And bow, it's not even rainwater in my room. It's like sewer water. You can smell the shit and stuff like that, because like, we ain't been there for about a week. My cousin who lived on the top floor don't be there at all. And she always at her baby father's house. So it's like, damn, this my landlord and his family shit. I gotta clean up all of this garbage. And the shit was just flooding out every day. We tried to deal with it. It was flooding out every day. Every day my mom and them had to help me clean out the water. We had to just keep throwing that shitty ass water out. And it was like, it was nowhere for us to really throw the water because the sewer was so backed up. The whole block was flooded out. That's one. So the sewer was already backed up because every house at the beginning of the block was flooded. Like the first 4 houses was flooded. So we trying to throw the water out, and it's going right back in the same sewer that's pumping the same shitty ass water right back into the house. So it was just like a never ending cycle. So because my cousin lived on the top floor and she don't be there, she offered us to stay there. And my mom was like, my cousin, first of all, she don't pay no rent. She's on rent assistance or whatever with the government. They pay her rent or whatever. So she offered to let us stay there. And then my mom was like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna just freeload over you, even though you don't pay no rent. I'll pay you what your rent is worth while we're here, and I'm still gonna stock up your fridge, clean up your house, because she don't be there. Everything in the house was expired. The chips, the milk, everything in the fridge, everything was expired. She had roaches because she's just not there. So they took over the house. So it was just like, we moved upstairs, but it wasn't even like we literally moved. Like, we just packed some clothes and stuff like that. We would still go downstairs every day. We was up and down because downstairs was still flooding. So it wasn't even like we could stay upstairs comfortably and not just worry about it. We still had to keep going downstairs and clean out that shitty ass water every day. And it was tiring. So the landlord was just like, he wasn't playing both sides, but he's weird himself. So like, he realized that like the family wasn't too sturdy at the moment, and he used that to his advantage. So he would play like little mind games with my family, like me and my mom or whatever, and then go back and tell my cousin one thing. And because her and her mom, whenever they're on good terms, she don't like, they start drama with the whole family, but they're never on good terms for long. So it's just like, you doing this, and every time you and your mom argue, you come to my mom. Forget all the other aunts, bro, you come to my mom. So like, you're doing this to my mom, and she more of a mother to you than your actual mother is. So that's really crazy. So I was just like, wow, like, you know, feel me? So now everybody know I cannot smoke in my house, so I smoke on the porch. Why she go back and she start making all these oblivious lies? And I'm talking about my cousin now. Mind you, I thought this is the cousin that I used to post. I don't know if y'all remember on social media. I would post her like, oh, this is the closest thing I have to her older sister. Stuff like that. Like, I really loved her. When her baby father, her second baby father, whenever they would fall out and they would argue, she would be on the phone with me till like 5 o'clock in the morning, just crying on the phone, venting, and I would literally just be sitting there listening and giving her advice, as a cousin should. So like, she just started telling a whole bunch of lies. Mind you, I wasn't even there the first week. After I helped my mom and we threw out everything, we cleaned up, we wiped down the floors with Clorox and wiped everything, threw out all the trash. We had everything. I took pictures. We had everything stocked up in front of the house. All the garbage that we had to take out from the house, we had everything stocked up in a big ass pile. You would have thought we was hoarders the way the pile was just sitting outside the house, but that was literally basically the whole house. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, almost everything was gone, like everything valuable, a whole bunch of clothes. I threw out about $5,000 worth of clothes. This was around the time when I was still getting unemployment, so I know I was buying new clothes every week. I was on Fashion Nova and everything, buying new clothes. All my new clothes was done for. All I have now, honestly, is like home clothes and some new clothes that I just bought. And like the old clothes that I used to wear before I bought my new clothes. Like, I don't want them. She went back. I guess she just didn't want us in her house no more because her mom was in her ear telling her, oh, my mom was gonna start to feel like my fault. But she was like, basically, it was just like her mom didn't want us there no more because of her own little animosity, because of the trip or whatever. So she was basically making it seem like my mom was gonna take over my cousin's house and not give it back or whatever the case may be. Whole time we're looking for apartments. We're not even worried about fixing the one that we have. We're just looking for new ones. Nobody got time for that at this point. It's too much to fix. The money we gonna spend on fixing, we might as well just move and buy new stuff and call it a day. Like, we had to throw out the couch and everything. Like, come on now, what are we about to do? Anywho, so she went back and then she was telling my mom, oh, how she saw me go upstairs with my boyfriend or whatever. Whole time my mom knows she lying because I wasn't even at the house. I was at my boyfriend's house. So how I'm gonna go upstairs with him if I'm at his house in Canarsie and I live in Brownsville? It's not 5 seconds away from each other. I can't just, wow, we here. No. Anyways, so that was the first lie. Then the second lie was, oh, she saw me smoking on the steps by her front door. Like, her front door is in the house upstairs. She gonna say she saw me smoking on the steps by her front door. So that would mean you saw through the actual front door of the house, and that door is not see-through. So you're dead lying again. And I don't smoke inside. If I was gonna smoke inside, I would have been did that when I was downstairs by myself in my room. I don't. I be chilling because I don't got time. Like, nobody got time to hear my mother mouth because the landlord complaining or whatever. So that was that. We ended up arguing. I'm like, I cursed her out. I'm gonna put the screenshots in. I was just cursing her out, telling her about herself. I'm like, if you ain't want to say, that's all you had to say, honestly and truthfully. And you being real funny. I told her about something, like, you being real funny, because when you don't got nobody, you come to me and my mom like there's no tomorrow. So don't do that. Like, for real. We're not asking y'all for nothing. Like, we're not asking for nothing because you don't be here. So she trying to get us out the house for her to not come back and stay there with her kids. It's like, it's preposterous to me, because it's not like you're staying in the house and we're putting you out of comfort. You stay with your baby father. So what was the issue? She stayed with her baby father. It's not like we was inconveniencing her anyway, and you was getting money that was never going directly to your pockets either way, because the government pays your rent. So the money is not even going from your pockets to your landlord. They're paying that directly, and that's that. So I'm confused. And they pay the electricity and the gas bill. They put all of that money on your card for you, and my mother's still paying that. So she's putting extra bread in your pockets. So what was really the issue? And then she just kept trying to come every day for some little clothes or some shoes or something. Whole time she was not there. She was not coming for nothing. I'm talking about, because when I'm in the basement, so I'm at the bottom of the house. So when somebody's going upstairs to her house, I can hear them, because the stairways, it's a hallway. The hallway is the hallway that's right in front of my bedroom door. So I hear when they're going up the stairs, her little minions, because she got 2 kids. So they just be going up the stairs mad loud. So I hear that. So we know when you're here. We know when you pull up, even when you're trying to sneak. So, like, don't front like you here every day coming for clothes and stuff like that. No, that was never the bop. That was never your bop. You was never doing that. Now all of a sudden we here, you want to act like you're doing that. First of all, your house is the cleanest it's ever been since you moved in here. Your fridge is the fullest it's ever been. So what's the problem? It's just because you mad you couldn't do it yourself. Somebody had to come in your house and do it for you, right? That's really what it was. Like, it's just all this animosity and hate towards my mom, because they just feel like whatever my mom set her mind to, and I'm not even bragging. Obviously, we broke enough to still get food stamps, but it's just like whatever my mother set her mind to, she's gonna get it, because she goes into everything with good faith and just good energy all together. So it's just like, what you put out is what you receive. My mother, she not, my niece got this house and I don't want it. No, that's not the energy she put out. She's like, okay, my niece got this house from the government. Let me figure out how I can get my house now. Put me on. Like, she's not trying to take yours. She don't care for yours. She want bigger and better. Like, feel me? But yeah, so we ended up figuring out what was what, and she was lying. And then my aunt, the nice one, she ended up telling my mom the whole rundown, because they called my mom one day on the three-way, the aunt from hell and the good aunt. And they called my mom on the three-way one day, and they was trying to argue with my mom. Well, not they, but excuse me, my aunt from hell was trying to argue with my mom or whatever. And my mama had the phone on speakerphone because she did not know that's where the conversation was going. Because I was in the room. She already know. She already know. I don't care, family or not. Watch how you talk to my mother. I don't care if you her sister. I'm her daughter. So don't talk to her like that. Don't talk to my mother like that. Simple. She started talking out her ass. Started talking out her ass. And I just felt like you was lying on me. You can say what you want to say about how I was drinking water, okay? That's what I'm supposed to drink. I'm a teenager. You should be glad I'm not just drinking soda and liquor. I'm drinking water. Why you not drinking water? The whole time you was there, y'all just kept drinking liquor. You're probably funky. Like, come on. Anywho, she be going off about the water thing. That's how I ended up hearing about the water and the cereal and milk shit. And all that she was basically complaining about on the trip, she ended up saying it on the phone. So, like, then they was like, oh, how I was smoking in the house and I had my boyfriend there. So my mom was like, now y'all lying. That's when she opened her mouth. But she said it, and as soon as she said it, I damn near took over the phone call. I'm like, yeah, now y'all really lying. Because first of all, this was just all so funny to me, because it was like my second night going back to the house since the flood, since we cleaned up, since everything. It was like literally my second night back. So it was just like, my boyfriend, I was smoking here. I've been here for 2 days. And that day was the second day. Like, I literally went to sleep. That was the first night. Woke up that day was the second day. So I'm like, yo, when did I find time to do all of this, guy? The first time she saw me here was my first night back. And my dog wasn't even there. Like, why would you, like, come on. Obviously, I'm not here to stay. And that just ran me off quicker, because it's just like, yo, y'all really just mad weird. So then I'm arguing with them. I'm arguing with my aunt. I'm arguing with my cousin. I'm arguing with everybody, because just leave me alone. Y'all don't like me so much, then just leave me alone. Why my name always in your mouth? I don't bother y'all. I don't come see y'all. I don't call y'all. I don't check for y'all. I don't even ask my mother if y'all breathing. I don't, because I don't care. So just leave me alone. Why y'all so worried about me? I be minding my business, doing me, and y'all always worried about me, little old me. Like, come on now. So then, what else? I'm trying to think the rundown. So then my cousin ended up arguing with my sister, and then one of my aunts from Boston, who's friends with the aunt from, like, well, they like best friends, but they sisters, but like they are the best friends of the sisters, you know. Like, my evil aunt, the aunt from Boston, is her best friend of her sister group. Just trying to be funny with my mom on Facebook, just throwing subs, and I was not having that. So I commented under it, and I was very respectful. I was so respectful. You would have thought my mother broke through. Because I'm not coming like that. I was coming, I really wanted to come. First of all, leave my mother alone before I come to Boston and drag you. That's how I wanted to come. But I came appropriate. I'm like, my mother don't have nothing to do with nothing I got going on right now. Y'all keep trying to drag her in it. My mother's 50 years old. She do not have time for y'all little girls. And my aunt that I was talking to was older than my mom, but it's like the rest of them is younger. So it's just like, y'all on some little girl high school stuff. Like, grow up. When is y'all gonna grow up and stop trying to beef with y'all family? Like, y'all got all these other oppositions to beef with, and y'all want to keep beefing with each other. Y'all want to keep beefing with the sisters. Like, what is that? How is that benefiting any of y'all? It's not. Because when y'all beefing, if y'all pass it on down to the cousins, because now the cousins is beefing. That goes for all of my cousins. They's all beefing. Down to the ones back in Trinidad, they beefing with each other. The ones out here is beefing with each other. Y'all passing y'all negative energy on to us, and we just gonna be one toxic ass family forever, and that is annoying. It is so annoying. That's why I just be trying to distance myself. I don't be trying to mix and mingle with them. I don't be trying to go to no birthday parties. Like, feel me? My cousin, the only one cousin that got me out, and I went to her gender reveal, and I went to her baby shower, was my cousin Tina. Because we're kind of closer in age, and like, she's Americanized more than the other cousin, than the cousin from hell, because she went to high school out here. But Tina is Americanized more, so it's like, we get it, because when we go home, we still had to play the little Trinidadian role or whatever. But when we outside, we know right from wrong, and we really know, like, real right from wrong. Like, people be trying to talk, they know right from wrong, but no, they know what they would go for and what they not gonna let somebody else do to them. Like, you know, they gonna do it to other people, but they just not gonna let nobody do it to them, and that's not right from wrong. But that's what people really just be knowing. But we really knew, like, feeling, so we just like-minded. So I don't hold her to none of that, because she don't even be knowing half of what's going on, because she's like me. We just out the loop. Like, we don't got time for none of that. Like, yeah, you my family, but we not friends. We don't need to speak. So she was like, oh, how she was gonna call the cops on me because I told her, I'm like, I want to fight. I told my cousin this. I'm like, I want to fight. I'm like, because y'all keep stressing my mother out, y'all stressing me out, y'all keep putting my mother in stuff that got nothing to do with her. Then they call, oh my god, it's so much that I just don't want to. My good aunt, she lucky I bangs with her, so I'm not gonna drag her into this, right? But yeah, it's just so much that they did, and they just kept doing and kept doing and kept doing, and they was doing it to make sure that my mother had nobody on her side. But it was not working, because I'm here, and once I'm here, that's all she need. And once I'm here and I'm riding and my mother says I'm right, then my older sister, my mother's side gonna happen. Yes, she gonna happen, and she gonna take my side, and she gonna take my mother's side. And now we here. It's my mother has 2 daughters. She don't need, respectfully, she don't need the good aunt to help her. She don't need her cousins to help her. Nobody. She got the 2 daughters that came out of her. The 2 females that's back on her. The 2 females that came out of her. So she didn't need nothing more. So my aunt, she was throwing the subs. I'm like, respectfully, leave my mother out of this. Y'all talk about how my mother's so sickly this, because my mother has lupus. Y'all talk about how she's so sickly this and she's so sickly that, and she's not healthy, and the high blood pressure and the arthritis and the whoop-de-boo and the ah-da-da. But who stressed her out more than y'all? Like, all this ta-da-da. And you know the truth hurts. So when I said that, it hit a button. And she started calling out my name. She called me a prostitute. Mind you, this is my aunt I'm talking about. My aunt called me a prostitute. Talk about something I'm a hoe. I be selling pum 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 on YouTube. I'm like, how I sell pum pum on YouTube? It's just, I got the screenshots. I'm gonna put in what I could find, but we was literally going back and forth. I told her about how she was cheating on her husband, and I told her about everything. Don't talk to me and expect me to be mute. I was telling her about everything. I'm telling her about how she was cheating on her husband, how the aunt that she trying to rob for was cheating on her husband too, and he was cheating on her. I was telling everybody about everything. Don't talk to me like that, because first of all, I don't sell nothing. I never sold box a day in my life. Don't play with me. I'm not one of these little girls that just be out here thotting and bopping. That's not me. So don't ever play with me. Don't try to act like you know me. You don't know me, sweetheart. And my mother, every time she complained to y'all, it was never off of me thotting and bopping. It was me because I wanted to be bad and hang out with them gang members. So if you want to call me a hood booger, you could have called me a hood booger. But don't be telling people I'm prostituting on YouTube. What you lying for? How can I prostitute on YouTube? It don't work like that. But yeah. So it was just a whole bunch of back and forth. I just cut them all off. I stopped speaking to them. I don't speak to my aunt. I don't speak to my cousin. You talk about some. First of all, it was one time me and her tried to fight. Well, she tried to fight me before, and like I spit on her, and it was nothing. Like, she didn't leap, she didn't jump, froggy jump, nothing. She was just mute. Like, I mean, they was just. But that duo is so mixy. Like, they need help, serious help. She started trying to argue with my sister because my sister saw what was going on. She called my mom to see like what was going on and why I was arguing with my aunts and stuff like that. And my mom wasn't trying to tell her, because my sister's old. She like 30. So my mom wasn't trying to tell her like, oh, this is what's really going on right now, and this is what your aunt is putting me through on top of what we're already going through. She wasn't trying to put that all on my sister, because my sister's her oldest, so she's gonna stress more than I'm stressing. Me and my little brother, she's gonna stress more, of course, because like she's the oldest, so she feels more responsible to take care of her mom, her little sister, and her little brother. So when she hears stuff like that, and she don't even live in the state, she lives 13 hours away, she's just so mad. So what else is she gonna do but confront the source? So now she arguing with my cousin. My cousin is calling her sloppy, big, and fat. My sister's not even fat. So it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, y'all just all possessed. Y'all need to go to church and pray. It's just so much. And they still be going, and it be like little things, like little bits and pieces. They still be going. But after my aunt she called me a prostitute or whatever, and XYZ, and my other aunt was lying on me, talking about I was smoking in the house and all of that stuff like that. I called my grandfather and I snitched. Yes, you want to play with me, so I'm gonna call your dad, my grandfather. And whose side you think he gonna take? Mine, dummy. Now you getting in trouble 2 times. But yeah, I called my grandfather and I told him everything, from the good aunt, the bad aunt, the Boston aunt. I told him about everything. The cousin, I told him about everything, and he did what he was supposed to do, because the day after my aunt called me a prostitute, she called me on WhatsApp like, hello, Kelsia. I'm like, who is this? Because I hear the Trinidadian accent, so I'm like, hello, who is this? Like, I know it's one of y'all, one of my family. My mom has 7 sisters, so I know it's one of them. So I'm like, who is this? And she like, oh, it's your aunt. I was about to say her name, Boston. I'm just calling you to apologize to you. I didn't mean nothing I said. I was being disrespectful. XYZ. And I'm like, okay, thank you for saying that. And then I just hung up. That was that. I saw my aunt at the baby shower. My cousin baby shower I was telling you about. And she tried to front like it was beef and it was smoke. And I fake brushed her because she wanted to be in my way. Like, I came to my cousin's baby shower with friends. So you see me and my friends standing at the table, all the way in the corner in the back, drinking and chilling. Why you trying to stand at our table and not move? So now you don't want to move. So now, okay, cool. Brush up. We can play that. You want to act like a kid? I'm really a kid though. Like, do you really want smoke? Do you really want to start with me? Like, so now her daughter pulled up. She wasn't on nothing. Her son was they had like the little chocolate or whatever, and it was like chocolate wrapped around a little styrofoam bowl. I don't know why it was wrapped around a styrofoam bowl. That is a choking hazard. But he damn near chewing on the styrofoam, so I pulled it out his mouth or whatever. And that was that. I'm not gonna hold no prejudice against your kids though, but you don't speak to me. Don't even look my way. Cause when I see her, when she by the house and she with her little fiance or whoever, cause that's her stepfather friend, but that's her fiance, so okay. But yeah, when she with him or whatever, they don't be on nothing. They don't make a peep, not a sound. They don't even look my way. So don't start with me. Don't play with me. But yeah, that's it with the story time on How They From Hell. Like, they just need to be canceled, and we're gonna cancel them. Okay, they just need to be canceled. But if y'all like the story time, comment, share, subscribe, like all that good stuff. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna record another one. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. But yeah.